Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the call. I'm super excited about everything that's going on right now. This is Lavish Life Concepts Tuesday night mindset training call, and I'm super excited. This is actually going to be our all-star call. Some of our top leaders in the organization, they just was called on, and I'm happy that they stepped up to the plate. A lot of them, it was last minute. They said, listen, we're going to have something that's going to come from the heart and some tools and strategies that help us get to the Founder 5, Founder 6, as well as the High Founder 3 and the Founder 4 area level in our company. And I definitely want to let you guys know this. At this moment in time, guys, if you're watching anything that can be a distraction to you, whether you're watching the have and have-nots, the NBA playoffs, the Real Housewives of everywhere, go ahead and cut the TV off, that electronic commission reducer. Go ahead and press, power that off. Go ahead and get yourself a pen and a piece of paper. Get yourself into an isolated area so you can have 100% focus onto this training call, guys. Because focus, they say that scattered light can fill a room, but a focused light can cut steel. And I definitely want to let you guys know that this is what we want to do. We want to break some barriers in your business. We want to teach you on how to get unstuck from the position and the rank that you're currently in, guys. And me, like myself, I'm going to be taking notes because there's no person that you never stop learning. There's nobody that you cannot learn from. So I definitely want to let you guys know that this call is about to get started. Coming from Baltimore, Maryland, this gentleman I have a tremendous amount of respect for. A guy I got to know via he was somebody that recruited somebody that recruited somebody that recruited someone else that finally recruited this gentleman that I'm about to introduce to you guys right now. This gentleman, I've grown every day. We talk on the phone. It's very, very important to stay in contact with your top leadership. This guy actually calls every day, became a brother from another mother, and I haven't even shaken his hand yet. I definitely want to let you guys know that Mathino Howell Bay, this gentleman is going to train on tap rooting, and he has a special training for you guys as well. Mathino, are you on the call, sir?
Yes, sir, I'm here. How are you?
Better than amazing. I'm 2 steps from greatness. How about yourself?
Man, I'm absolutely amazing, man. I cannot complain, man. Cannot complain.
I hear that, brother. Go ahead and take this call away. The floor is officially yours.
Lavish Life Movement, how you guys doing, man? First and foremost, I just want to thank God for this opportunity. It's been an amazing journey on my short journey thus far. And, guys, I mean, again, this is one of those deals where you just got to take it very, very seriously. We're going to talk about 2 segments. We're going to talk about tap rooting really quick. But before I go to tap rooting, right now we're talking about, as an organization, as a company, we're talking about the 90 and 90. So I think before I even go into tap rooting, I really want to go into something that I think is very, very important, guys, is really staying very organized while we go through this process. And really what I understand in reference to the 90 and 90, doing things at a 90-day burst, you're going to talk to a lot of people in a short time period. And, if you're not organized, you're going to forget who you spoke to. And so the 2 things that you're definitely going to need while you're in this process is you're going to need a old school composition book. For me, that's what I use. Some of you guys may need some of you guys may have, your contact list on some type of Excel spreadsheet or something like that, maybe on your iPad. But, guys, for me, I keep it old school. Not to give my age away. I am an 80s baby, so I want to say I'm still young. But, nevertheless, I have a composition book, the same one, the same type of book that your pre-K kindergartner may use. And so I make a list of everyone that I know, everyone that I'm going to contact. I go ahead and write all those names and numbers, and I'm trying to fill that entire book up because we want to make sure that we're going to contact each and every person that we put in that book. And so you want to use some type of highlighter system. Maybe every person that you contact, you may want to take a highlighter and draw a name, draw a line through that person, right? And, if you expose the person, you may want to go take a green highlighter through that person's name. If the person's not interested in the opportunity, maybe you take a pink highlighter and you scratch through that person, okay? And for me, guys, I'm the type of person that I want to make sure that if someone tells me no, I know no means not right now. So at the end of the 90 days, I'm going to go ahead and put that person in my phone book as a reminder, or my calendar on my phone as a reminder to call that person back at the end of the 90 and 90 cycle. The reason why I want to do that, guys, is because, listen, our whole aim and focus is to be at a point where we're making $10,000, $15,000 a month. And so wouldn't you want to go back to that person who told you that they're not interested in the opportunity, that, listen, right now, you know what, I know that you told me you're not interested in the opportunity, but, I was very, very focused, and I was able to grow my business, and as a result, today I'm making, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a month. And so maybe that will perk that person's interest to take a look at this business a little bit more seriously, just by taking a look at your success. So, again, you want to make a list of all of the people that you have. Again, as we all know in the Jumpstart Training, guys, if you don't have a list, you don't have a business. But you want to take that list and you want to place it onto some type of composition book or some type of, spreadsheet, so that way you have it right there present. I take my list everywhere I go. Keep it in your glove compartment, keep it in your book bag or whatever you have. You want to keep it with you at all times. And the next thing that you want to have is you want to have an address book, an at-glance address book, meaning that you can take a look at your address book, and you can see who you're supposed to have a meeting with today, tomorrow, next week, etc. So this means that if I'm going to call DL, let's just say that DL is on my list, right? I go to my old school composition book. DL Woods is on my old school composition book. I gave DL a call, right? I showed DL the plan. I did a 3-way call, which we're going to talk about later on, right? DL is on the fence. Let's just say DL is on the fence, and I'm going to now take DL to another exposure, and I set up an appointment for that. So now I'm going to take my highlighter, and I'm going to go ahead and put green through his name, right? And then I'm going to go to my calendar, and if it's Monday, I'm going to put on my calendar, spoke to DL, schedule an appointment for Wednesday, and I'm going to put DL on my appointment book on Wednesday. And so, guys, you should be able to take a look at your appointment book. If your appointment book isn't full, that tells me a lot about your business. That tells me that you're probably not even talking to people about the business. So you should be able to look back next Monday or last Monday. You should see everyone that you spoke to about the business. And then if the person got involved, look, put a dollar sign or something next to it, so that way you know that week how many people you spoke to about the business, and then you can actually see you can actually see how many people got started on Monday. You can also take a look at Tuesday and look at all of your appointments for Tuesday, all of your appointments for Friday, etc. Guys, this is $1 million business, and if we treat it like a cotton candy, business, then we're going to get paid cotton candy money. And so, listen, if you treat it like a business, like a real business, where you keep an inventory, where you can keep track of this week and last week and the week prior, guys, you're going to get a ton of success. Again, this business is all about posture. So, again, if you have a long list of people and you go through your composition book and you have pages upon pages of contacts, if someone tells you no, it does not matter, right? And so you should be able to take a look at, okay, I called DL on Monday, and I called Suzanne on Tuesday, and that list or your address book, it will keep you in line. So you'll know if you slacked off on Tuesday. You only talked to 2 people. You can take a look at on Tuesday and say, okay, I talked to 10 people. Of the 10 people that I spoke to, I was able to get 5 people in front of the business. I was able to get 3 of them a 3-way call. I was able to get 1 of those people into the business. So this way, as you're doing your 90 and 90, when you talk about exposing 5 people to the business, maybe your results is that 1 out of 5 people who take a look at the business is going to get started. So instead of us saying that, showing the business to 25 people, 1 person getting started, maybe you're at the point where you can take a look at your business and say, out of every 5 people who take a look at my business, 1 person is getting started, okay? And so, again, what I gauge on my calendar book is the people that I spoke to. I also place, I put a 3 next to the name if I did a 3-way call. I put a P next to the name if there was some type of presentation done. And then I put a dollar sign if the person got started or not interested if the person's not interested, and I put in my phone if the person wasn't interested because of whatever reason, and I'm actually going to put in for a call within 90 days, all right? And so, again, guys, you got to keep your business very organized. The way that you do that is, again, use some type of system. Again, address, you want to have a list within your composition book. You want to keep your address book full at all times. And you want to make sure that you can look back from week to week, day to day, to take a look at your daily method of operation. All right. So I hope this, touched someone, because again, I remember getting in this industry and I had a list of people and I forgot who I was supposed to follow up with. I forgot who I was supposed to set up a presentation with. I forgot who I spoke to. If someone asked me what happened last Monday in reference to my business, I couldn't tell them. And so now I can tell you that today I spoke to 8 people today. I can also tell you today I did 4 3-way calls today. And I can also tell you today that I signed up 2 people. As a result, I can take a look at my ratios based on that, guys. And if you can't do that in your business, then you don't have a business. You have a hobby, all right? And we want to have a real business, guys, because people are making real money. There's someone in Wake Up Now that's going to make $1 million this year, guys, $1 million. And so treat it like $1 million business. It will be $1 million business. All right. So the last thing I want to wrap up really quickly, I'm not going to go into it too much, guys, but again, we know that when someone gets involved in our business, the first, 48, as Kenny Jordan, eloquently explains to us, is very, very important. What you want to do when someone gets in our business within the first 48 hours, again, we want to figure out, who are the 3, people where if they were stuck on the side of the road, if they were in a bad situation, they needed bail money, gas money, ran out of gas. Who are those 3 people they were called? They had like 5% power, and we want to get the business in front of them as soon as possible. Guys, this business is a duplication business. So what you want to do is you want someone to duplicate themselves within the first 24 to 48 hours in the business, meaning that if that person should get in the business and they should decide that within the first month the business isn't for them, that leg does not die, meaning that as soon as they get in the business, they found Sandra. Now within Sandra's first 24, 48 hours, you help Sandra. It would be great to help Sandra to find her 3 business partners, but you've at least helped Sandra to find her best friend from college, right? Let's say that's Rochelle. And now you want to help Rochelle to find her next person. By the time that Rochelle finds her first person, the first original consultant has at least found 1 or 2 more business partners, okay? And so what we want to do, guys, one of the things that I do is I will let individuals know, listen, I got someone who just joined my organization. If you join right now, you have an instant business partner. And what I'll do is I'll work with that individual to find another individual on that team. And I'll do the same thing. Hey, listen, I have someone that just joined my team. They have 2 business partners. If you join right now, I have someone in my waiting room right now who just joined, and they have 2 business partners. And so now when the next individual joins, now I can continue to do the same thing all the way down to a pearl, guys. Again, very, very important in this organization. Very, very important within Wake Up Now. As soon as someone gets started, within their first, their first 48 hours, to help them to duplicate at least one time, meaning that they're going to find a business partner that wants to get involved in this business. Guys, again, when someone has a business partner, they'll quit on themselves, but they don't want to quit on someone that they just got involved in this business. They'll stick it out, guys. And so we continue to help people to get involved in this business and help them to find a business partner, at least 1 to 3 business partners within their first, 48 hours, no longer than 72 hours, guys. Your business is going to continue to duplicate. And so, guys, I hope I've helped someone with their business. And I'm going to give this call back to DL. Thank you so much for giving me a platform just to speak, brother. This organization means a lot to me, and again, I just see you guys all at the top.
Wow, definitely, I appreciate those nuggets, man. I definitely took down some notes that you actually, helped me out with my business. Definitely, I'm going to go invest into an old school composition book. Man, that's powerful. $, if they join. 3 if I did a 3-way call next to them. P if it was a presentation done. I'm taking notes like crazy because, we got to relearn the basics. And it's just that one little thing, that slight edge that's preventing you from going to the top. So I'm definitely going and applying that ASAP. And so, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to switch gears. We're going to go to the ATL. We're going to go to the ATL. And this gentleman, I have a tremendous amount of respect for. He was a top income earner in my previous business. We were business partners, and I definitely want to let him know that I have a tremendous amount of respect for this gentleman. First of all, him being young. Second of all, him being having the work ethic that he does have. And so when we were discussing a topic, for him to actually discuss, to speak on this evening. First thing that come to my mind was the activities of an animal, and we definitely got to make it happen. Mr. Patterson Amber, are you on the call, sir? Patterson Amber, are you on the call, sir? Double check. Press *6 if you're on the line. Okay. Let's see if we can get Patterson Amber on afterwards. Okay, so switch gears. We're gonna go up to Virginia with my good friend. He's definitely somebody that I have a tremendous amount of respect for. He by himself and along with his team, he's now a founder 6 in the business without actually posting anything on Facebook or anything on Instagram. This is a gentleman that you want to learn from, how to be a silent killer offline. Guys, my good friend, Mr. Aaron, are you on the
line? I'm here. Can you hear me, DL?
Yes, sir. I can hear you loud and clear. The floor is now yours, my good brother.
Awesome, bro. I guess it's been a long time, right?
Yes, sir.
I know we've been waiting for this day to happen, but truly excited about the opportunity. And first and foremost, I want to thank you for your leadership and everything that you've done for me, with this opportunity, because I'll be honest with you. If it was anybody else, I would have probably never got started in this opportunity if it wasn't from you. We come from a previous company. I already knew how you got down. And so, leaders follow leaders. And so that's exactly why I decided to partner up with you, hit the position of founder 6 in, a little bit over, 150 days, a little short of 5 months, man. And so, I appreciate everything that you've been able to do for me and my team. And, we look forward to taking this thing global like we always do, man. So I appreciate you. But other than that, man, I want to say welcome to the, thank you for having me on the line, and tonight I want to definitely drop some nuggets so this way you guys can be successful and help you get to where you're looking to get in this particular business. Understand that hitting the position of founder 6, undercover, not really saying nothing, was not by luck or not by chance. It was, I knew exactly what I was doing. And over the last, last couple of days, I really came up with a training. It's called 10 Success Commandments. And I hear a lot of time, my team, they tell me, Aaron, pretty much, let us know what, what you've done over the last 150 days to be successful and get to where you are. And so I really took the time out and put this training in place. And so hopefully everybody on this line is taking notes, because I'm going to give you the recipe, for what it took, how I did it, and how to go forward with building a long, sustainable organization. And so the training is called 10 Success Commandments. And so I'm going to just break it down, and I'm going to just go right into the information. Number 10. The first thing that you got to do, guys, is you got to stay motivated. That's very important, because it's not the knife or the gun. It's the family member that says it can't be done. That's your worst enemy. See, when you get out here and you start talking about this business, you're going to face naysayers. You're going to face haters. You're going to face non-believers. Understand that the first 5 people that you're thinking about right now, that you're thinking about is going to crush your business, is probably going to be the ones that's not going to get in your business. And so you got to stay motivated, and you got to understand that through the challenges and inevitable hurdles that you're going to face in this business, you got to be on point. You got to stay motivated every step of the way, because, people will break you down every day, every day in and out. And so some of the people that I've gotten a lot of motivation for, you can find all of these guys on YouTube, is that I constantly keep myself motivated in this business, because it's people that always try to tear me down. And so, if you haven't already heard of him, I listen to Eric Thomas every single morning. I turn down my TV, I turn down my car radio, and I'm listening to E.T. the Hip Hop feature. I'm listening to people like Les Brown. You might want to write him down. Tony Robbins, Jim Rohn. This is a guy that's been a distant mentor to me. He's deceased now, but Jim Rohn has given me so much nuggets and so much, information that, it's been inevitable. It's been phenomenal for what he's done for my business. people like Dennis Kimbrough. He's the author of Think and Grow Rich. You definitely want to, download his book or have that with you, because these are the things that's going to keep you motivated on a day-to-day basis when problems are occurring in your business and, people are telling you no and you're not getting the response that you're looking for. So number 10, you need to stay motivated. Number 9, you need to complete your training. That's the most important part to this business. We got a website called onetrain.com. If you haven't completed your training and you're talking to people, you need to pause and rewind and go back and take your training. See, here's what I understand is don't be mad at the results that you don't get from the work that you don't do. You got to take your training in this business, guys. That's the most important part. So many people get into the opportunity and it's ready, fire, aim versus ready, aim, and fire. See, you can't talk to people about $1 million opportunity if you don't understand $1 million opportunity. You see what I'm saying? So when I got started in this business, I had to learn everything there was to this business in order to be successful. I had DL. He was a great support to me. But at the end of the day, I had to realize that I had to kind of figure things out on my own if I wanted to be my own independent leader and build my own organization. So you got to complete your training as soon as possible. One train will walk you through how to order your Visa card, how to get on a tax card application, the compensation plan. You need to know everything about your business because this is your business. And so what I understand about it is that once you get a level of understanding about your business, you're now able to convey that message to prospects, people that you're working with, people that you're getting in front of the information. It's not cool to say, oh, let me get my business partner on the line. Oh, let me get my sponsor. I don't know how to activate TaxBot. Oh, I don't know how to order my Visa card. Let me get my sponsor on the line. Let me get my upline DL Woods on the line so he can help us order our Visa. It's not cool because OneTrain.com gives you everything that you need to be successful in your business. You can't talk about a Ferrari if you've never been in one. So rewind back and take your training first. That's the most important part to being successful in this business. That's number 9. Number 8, you want to be a product of the product. So many people go out here and they just talk about, the opportunity. Oh, make $600, make $1,000 a month, get volume, get people. That's not important. See, what I understand is that that's just a byproduct of the opportunity. See, you got to be a product of the product. You got to get on the TaxBot application. You got to get on the One Local app. You got to have that on your phone. The identity theft protection. That's the fastest growing crime in North America. So you want to be able to talk with intelligence and have that service to let people know the benefits of this opportunity. Here's what I understand. People don't follow compensation plans. They follow value. And if you're not bringing value to people's lives, this is just another opportunity. So get on the identity theft protection. Purchase the Vacation Club, right? We have Awaken Energy Drink. That's important. If we're an energy drink marketing company, you need to at least have the drink. So this way, when you're talking to people, you can at least pull it out. So many people say, oh, I don't believe in this company. But when you got an Awaken can in front of you and it says, wake up now on the back of it, it drops on skepticism. But some of you are talking about your business and don't even have the product and trying to be successful. So you got to get the Awaken Energy Drink. Have that. That should be a part of your repertoire when you're talking to people, sitting down with people, and getting them in front of this information. It's important that you're talking about these services because people want to know the value in what we have. So you got to be a product of the product. But more importantly, now when you're talking to people about the business, you're letting them know the value in which we bring. 22% off of your cell phone bill. You got the TaxBot application where you can have write-offs. You got the One Local app where you can be able to go to do grocery shopping and go to your local restaurants and things like that and be able to save money. That's what people want to hear about. Because let me tell you something. If you sign people up for a compensation plan, as soon as they don't make money, they'll be right out of your business. See, what I like to get people in tune with is I like to let them know the value in which this product, with the opportunity has, the products and services, and let them know that we have real value in what we're marketing. That's number 8. So if you missed it, that was number 8. Number 8 was be a product of the product. Number 7, you need to make your list immediately, and a list is not a list until you commit it to a piece of paper. My partner, Mathino Holiday, basically said that you need to put everything that you're doing in this business in a book. A list is not a list if it's in your phone. It's a list only if it's committed to a piece of paper. And so what I understand about this business and this industry is that the bigger your list, the bigger your posture. What does that mean, Aaron? That means that if you have a big list, you don't care if people are telling you no about the opportunity. All you care about is processing this list as quick as you can, so this way you can get to the right people that's looking to take advantage of this opportunity. When you have a small list and you only put 5 to 10 people on your list, right, or you prejudge people and you say, oh, 99% of my friends are not going to see this opportunity, so I'm only going to put 3 people on there, as soon as those 3 people tell you no, you're going to be out the business. See, here's what I understand. You got to add everybody to your list, your Facebook friends, your Instagram friends, your cell phone, people that's in your cell phone. Most of us have over 100 names in our cell phone. Don't prejudge anybody in this opportunity, right? Because the people that you think will, won't. The people that you think will and that's ready to get started in this business opportunity, I promise you they won't. The people that you think won't, they will. They'll be your leaders. And so you want to make your list as big as you can. Everybody needs to go on your list. My mailman is on my list, right? So you want to put everybody on your list. And then what you want to do is you want to rank your list. And this is important. I hope you're writing. I hope you take a note. See, what I like to look at is that when you create your list, you want to put your 5-star generals at the top of your list. Those are the people that you know can move a market. Those are the people that you know can build a business. Those are the people that you know are business savvy, might be working a job, but looking to kind of get out of that, getting out of that 9-to-5 grind, but it's very ambitious. You want to put your 5-star generals at the top of your list, your 4-star generals, your 3-star generals, your 2-star generals, and then your 1-star generals. Quite frankly, my 1-star generals, they might not even get a phone call because honestly, those are the type of people that are coming to this business and do absolutely nothing. See, when I was shared this business, I knew that I needed to create the results. And so what I understood was that I needed to look for lions. I needed to look for lions that wanted to build this business. People like Mathino Holloway, people like Dominique Hackett, Gilbert Romero, partner Daryl Desmangos, Eli Taylor. I knew I needed to find people that were hungry, ambitious, that wanted this opportunity but just was looking for a big break. So I had the top people at the top of my list. And so what you want to focus on is that as you're processing your list and you're making your list, you also want to write down hot buttons because obviously you know these people. If you got a 5-star general on the top of your list, obviously you have a relationship with them. So at the top of my list was my best friend, Daryl. And so when I wrote him on my list, I knew that, listen, it wasn't about introducing him to Wake Up Now. It was about trying to introduce Wake Up Now to him as a solution to a problem that he was having in his life. So I knew that he was very successful in his own right, and he wanted to be in a position, he just had a newborn and wanted to be able to take care of daycare. So I already knew how I needed to introduce the business to him so this way he would be receptive to it to go out and take a look at the opportunity. So you got to know people's hot button. If it's that single mother that's working 2 jobs, that's a hot button. If it's that guy that's, struggling with daycare and, have a newborn, that's a hot button. If it's that young lady that's tired of, working a full-time job and looking to get more time with their family, that's a hot button. And so when you introduce it to them, you shouldn't be introducing them to the business as far as Wake Up Now, you get 3, show 3, help 3, get 3, and then you make $600. You really want to pour into that person and let them know, listen, I found a great opportunity that might be able to help you with daycare. I got to get you some information. How soon can you be able to look at the information? And I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. So what you want to do is you want to find leaders in your business. You're looking for those people that want to move your business as soon as possible because you can't build a business, with people that are just needy, that are looking for, that are, every 5 minutes they need something in the opportunity. You're looking to create leaders in this business because guess what? Leaders create leverage. And if you don't know what leverage is, all leverage means is that building a network of people that want to do what you do on their own, and by default, you're a financial benefactor of that. That's the definition of leverage. Number 6, you got to plug into the system. So the system, save yourself stress, time, energy, and money, right? So you got to save yourself stress, time, energy, and money. So you need to plug into conference calls, the group meet chat, weekly events. And so what I understand is that don't reinvent the wheel, we'll reinvent you. So you want to plug into the system. You got a system here that works. Don't reinvent the wheel. Number 5, you got to get organized. Like my partner, Latino Hollow Bay, said, you got to get organized. You got to have a compensation book. You got to get people locked in, because here's what I understand. People that don't prepare to plan, prepare to fail. Number 4, get on the phone. That's very important. You need to talk to everybody about this business. That's very important. Talk to everyone about this business, because the people that you think will, won't. The people that you think won't, will. And PS3, share the information with people. Get them in front of the information and get them on a 3-way call. That's very important. Pique their interest, share the information, do a 3-way call with that particular person. And so what I love about this is that I always schedule an appointment with the information, meaning I just don't give people the information and then let them go take a look at it when they want to. I'll ask my friend, listen, how soon can you be in front of a computer? And they say 7 o'clock. I'll say, listen, I'll call you back at 7. I can't give the information to you now, but I'll call you back at 7 so this way I can get you in front of it. Number 3, you need to know your business. That's very important. You got to compare this to a job. If 99% of people on this line, they know everything there is about their job. So you want to do the same thing with your business. You want to be able to know everything there is about your business, so this way you can be successful in your business. And so what I love about Wake Up Now is that it's a self-development program with a compensation plan attached to it. So you want to self-develop and know everything there is to know about your business, so this way you can go from a dependent business owner to an independent business owner. So know your back office training. Take your training. Do 2 different, network marketing strategies. Number 2, time management. You got to have time management. We are all given 24 hours in a day. You got 8 hours to sleep, 8 hours to work, so that means that's 16 hours. You got another 8 hours to hustle. I'm not saying you need to, you don't need to hustle 8 hours a day with this opportunity, but at least dedicate, 1 to 2 hours to this business. Because what's the difference between a person that's making $50,000 a month and a person that's making $50,000 a year, right? The difference is that the person that's making $50,000 a month is what they're doing with their time that's dictating their results. So you got to have money-making time every day. Money-making time where you're, introducing people to the opportunity, getting them in front of the business, closing them out, getting them on 3-way calls, piquing their interest, sharing the video. That's money-making time, not organizing pencils and pens. And number 2, you got to stop making excuses. Only make adjustments. You might want to write that down. Stop making excuses, only make adjustments. You have to do what you have to do to make your business work and never give up. Don't make any excuses with this business. We understand that there's going to be technical challenges. We understand that people are going to say they're going to get started and never get started. Only make adjustments in this business, because you got to have a big vision for you and your organization. So have a big vision. Stop making excuses, only making adjustments. I know there's a couple of people that's going to train, so I kind of wanted to push through this. But I appreciate your guys' time. And if anything that you guys need, please let me know. It's been a plum pleasing pleasure. Aaron Miles, Founder 6 and Wake Up Now. Look forward to working with each and every one of you. DL, I'll turn it back over to you.
Wow. Hey, listen, I hope everybody was taking notes. I sure was as well. 10 Success Commandments by my good friend Aaron. I definitely want to let you guys know that's exactly why he went Founder 6 without actually posting anything on Facebook or Instagram. Thank you, my good brother, for dropping those nuggets. Well, guys, we're going to switch gears, and I know it's going to be like crazy to follow that, but I know we got some beasts on the line.
This your first 3.
I got some beasts on the line that can make it happen. All right, look, we're going to the south, the ATL. We got my good friend Mr. Patterson Amber. Are you on the line, sir?
Hey, what's going on, D. Woods? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Take the call away, brother.
Perfect. I apologize. I was trying to unmute the call earlier, but for whatever reason, it wouldn't let me. But you know how things go, man. I'm up here at Hot 107.9 radio station right now putting people in the system. So, it's a never-ending, nonstop grind. But just a couple of habits, that really helped me to become successful in my business is the fact that I first initially took the time out to inform myself and educate myself on what it is that my business is actually about. Just like the gentleman before me stated, you can't build this business. You can't possibly expect to build this business if you don't know what it is that you're talking about. So the education is definitely a dynamic factor that has a lot to do with what you're going to be capable of in this business. Like my first 48 hours, I literally locked myself in my bedroom, studied every single training video there was on OneTrain.com. I went through all the quick starts on OneCheck2commas.info. I looked at all the top producers in Wake Up Now. I went through all of their YouTube channels and saw what it is exactly that they did to get to where they are now. Because to become the best, you have to study the best, you know, and that's something that I definitely took advantage of, is the fact that everything's on the internet. Everything's on YouTube. Everything's on Google. Anything that you want to know, you can easily find out. And my first day in the game, I signed up 27 people personally within my first 24 hours, and that's because I took advantage of creating a list. I created the list, just like the gentleman said before me, of about 175 names. I went through my cell phone, I went through my social media, I went through my email, I went through my Instagram, and I pointed out all the people that I felt like would be perfect for this opportunity, people that I felt like could build it with no issue, or people that I knew that had large networks. And I targeted them all one by one, sat down and went through the list and informed each and every person in detail what Wake Up Now is and what it can do for their lives. Because a lot of times where people are failing at is they're giving people the impression that it takes $100 to make $600. That's never how you want to go about approaching somebody about your business opportunity. You need to get them to understand the importance of the benefits that we're offered in Wake Up Now. You need to get them to understand that we get up to 90% discounts on everything, ladies and gentlemen. Like, we don't have to convince people that they want to buy these things. We don't have to convince these people that they want to go to these places or take these vacations. These are things that, you know, anybody, anywhere, they're already going to want to do. The fact that we get grocery discounts, the fact that we get recreational activity discounts is just pretty much anything that we could possibly think to spend our money on. We can go through our sales and save money first. I don't have to convince somebody that that's important, because I'm a firm believer that every dollar saved is a dollar earned. You know, if I could spend $5 on something that costs $10, why pay $10? That just doesn't make any sense to me. Even a rich person wouldn't choose to pay $10 if you can just simply get it for $5. You following where I'm coming from with this? It's a really simple opportunity, and once you focus on the simplicity, because I don't make this complicated for anybody. Anybody that's personally been sat down and had a conversation with Amber about what this Wake Up Now business has to offer, what the Wake Up Now membership has to offer, will tell you that it doesn't take me anything longer than 7 to 10 minutes to give you in full detail what Wake Up Now is about, because it's not complicated. What is Wake Up Now? It's a financial wellness company. End of discussion. The next thing they're going to ask, well, what does that mean? That means we get paid to do 3 simple things. That means we get paid to show people how to save, manage, and make money. And then I simply go into a little bit of detail of each of the 3 categories. Okay, we're saving money. Okay, we get 90% discounts on everything: designer clothes, shoes, hotels, condos, timeshares, exotic rental cars, et cetera, et cetera. As far as managing money is concerned, okay, boom, we get TaxBot. Keeps up with all our business expenses so that we can write it off at the end of the year. We get 56 cents for every mile that we drive in our car. Boom, that's the end of management. You know, we have the financial software that also helps you with your debt consolidation, manages your income, keeps track of what you want to put in your savings, whatever. And as far as making money at the end, when you put it all together, is we just get paid to refer this blessing and share this opportunity with unlimited amount of people. You know, there's no limit to how many people that you can talk to on a day-to-day basis about your opportunity. And if you're putting a limit on how many people you should talk to on a day-to-day basis, you're also putting a limit on your income earning potential. Because if I have the opportunity to talk to 100 people a day, I'm going to talk to 100 people a day, even if that means only 10 people are going to get started. Because at the end of the week, we can agree that that's 70 individuals that were brought to my business because I remained consistent and ran through the numbers. Because if it takes you 7 no's just to get 1 yes, but that one person that told you yes is able to bring 500 new people to your organization within the next 90 to 120 days, I consider I consider those 7 no's to be well worth it, because they led me to that person that blew up my business opportunity. Because listen, guys, you're not out here trying to get hundreds of people by yourself. That's not the name of the game. The name of the game is you're supposed to get 3 people, and you're going to help the 3 people that you brought in get 3 people of their own, and then we duplicate. And that's how you get the large numbers. You don't get the large numbers going out there trying to get 100, 200, 300 people by yourself. Yeah, it's obtainable, but that's so much more difficult than just simply helping everybody get 3. You know, if we just duplicated that 4 times over, you're already a founder for. If you just duplicated helping everybody get 3 people just 4 simple times for 4 levels, that's enough by itself to propel you to founder for. And if people understood the simplicity behind that more, there will be a lot more top producers in this company. There will be so much more top producers in this company. And that's okay, though, because that's our job as uplines. Our job as you guys as uplines is to pave the way and show you exactly what it is that we did to achieve the positions that we were able to achieve a whole lot faster than what we were able to achieve it, because we can tell you all the positive things to do and all the negative things to avoid. So definitely stay connected with your upline, stay plugged in, and because your upline is capable of telling you and helping you so much more and get you so much further than what you could do if you were in it by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, people consider me to be a superstar in Wake Up Now and in our previous company, but if it wasn't for D Wood's mentorship, you know, the first month to really guide me in what I was doing, there's no way 5 months later I'll be a founder 6 closing in on founder 7. It wouldn't have been possible if I didn't get that mentorship that I needed within the first 30 days that propelled my business the following 90 days. You see what I'm saying? So just stay plugged in with your uplines. This 90 and 90 movement, this 90K in 90 days movement is insane. If you're not already plugged in on that, you need to get plugged in, because if you don't know what that is, it's already hurting your business, because that's something that will take everybody to the next level all across the board. So with that being said, definitely call it my time and pass the line back over to D. Woods. You still there?
Yes, sir. Thank you for those nuggets, my brother. And we're definitely going to the 90 and 90. I took notes like crazy. Hopefully everybody else is taking notes, but we're definitely going to stay in Atlanta, Georgia, and we're going to pass the mic to one of my good brothers as well that was a top producer in our former company. He's also a founder 6, Mr. Ray Arnold. Are you on the line, sir?
Yes, I'm on the line. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
All right, thank you, man. I really honestly wanted to get on this line just to thank you, D. Woods, for your leadership. One thing, like I can honestly say, if it wasn't for you guiding me and giving me advice, especially within my first 2 months of being in this business, I honestly don't know if I would have made it as far as I did, as quickly as I did. You know, I started in this business in November, and in 6 months I've been able to obtain a 6-figure income with a very simple system, a system that requires us not to have to purchase any products, or a system that requires us not to have to sell any products, but at the same time we're still able to get paid off the product sold. So it's an amazing system. I do also have a few nuggets for you guys. I'm going to keep this short. I'm not going to take up too much of you guys' time tonight. The first thing I want to tell you guys is you got to believe. You got to believe. You got to believe that you are a global executive right now. And it's just a matter of time. Time is the only thing holding you back. You have to believe. Because when I first started in this business, before I was anything, I believed in this business like a 3-year-old believed in Santa Claus, and still do. Next thing I want to tell you guys is one more thing I want to reiterate and re-stress is you have to have a daily regimen. If you don't have a daily regimen and you're freestyling, you're never going to get anything done. Because what's going to happen is you're going to keep pushing it off, and you keep pushing it off until you get so tired at the end of the day you ultimately do anything. You have to have a daily regimen, whether it's a couple hours in the morning, a couple hours in the evening, or a couple hours in the middle of the day to where you're actively working this business. The next thing that I want to tell you guys is use the discount. If you guys use the discounts, it'll be so much more beneficial to you just because you'll be saving the money and you have a lot more stories to tell people. You know, I had to realize that myself because I wasn't using the discounts, but I had a lady tell me last week she just started the business, and she saved over $150 the first time she went grocery shopping. I didn't even realize it was that easy. So at that point, I had to go right back to the back office, find out exactly how she did it, and then I began to start using them as well because they're so simple. They're right there. Next thing I want to say is if you guys want to make money, you have to open up your mouth and you have to preach this business 24 hours a day. Because if you guys had a bakery and you just opened up your bakery today and you only opened up your bakery for 2 hours a day, you wouldn't be in business very long. You wouldn't have a bakery because 2 hours a day is not enough time to make money. So it's the same thing with this business. You don't have to, push this, beat people's head against the wall with this, but open up your mouth. There's so many people that pass us every single day. Don't worry about the people who are telling you no. Worry about the people who are passing you by every single day that you never even think about that could possibly need opportunity. The next thing I want to say is stories sell. Stories sell. My first year in network marketing, I was talking to a whole lot of people, and I was closing deals. However, I wasn't closing as many deals as I knew that I should because of the amount of people that I had been talking to. So at that point, I went back to my mentor, and I said, hey, I'm talking to a lot of people. What do I need to do? Listen to me on a couple of calls. What's going on? And he listened to me on a couple of calls. And one thing he said is you're not telling enough stories. The better storyteller you are, the more stories you tell, the more money you're making. People remember stories more so than they remember facts. That's powerful. So you guys use that into you guys' game. And the biggest thing, and that goes back to what I was saying, is using the discounts, using the services will create more stories that you will have to sell people. But that's all I wanted to say. Like I said, I wanted to keep it short. I appreciate you for giving me this time on the line to be able to speak to everybody. I now want to turn the line back over to you.
Man, thank you so much for dropping those nuggets. Guys, I definitely want to let you guys know his personal story. It was somebody that definitely did not like Wake Up Now for an extended period of time because he was going extremely hard in his prior business. But he simply seen the vision that, hey, listen, this is a vehicle where people can actually make a lot of money without stressing and without paying the company more money than the company was paying them. And that's when he decided to wake up. And, guys, I want to let you know that what he did over there over 2 years in that previous company, guys, in 5 months, he kind of quadrupled that. And I definitely want to let you guys know that that's somebody I have a tremendous amount of respect for. But, guys, we're coming into the last presenter, and I definitely saved him for last simply because this is the commissioner of the NBA. He's going to do the three-way three-pointer. Guys, all the way from Houston, Texas, my brother, Kenny Jordan. Are you on the line, sir?
Yes, sir, I'm on the line. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. The floor is now. You can go ahead and take it away.
All right, awesome. Wow, I feel honored, honestly, to be on a call like this with all these major players, people that I look up to. I'm caught in between taking notes from everybody and also, getting prepared for what I wanted to say to everybody on the call. DL, I just want to give it back to you, man. You keep outdoing yourself on these calls, doing these major calls for the organization and for the team, and they're so helpful, man. I stay inspired. So, brother, I appreciate your leadership. Learned so much from you, and I just want to give it back to you on that. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kenny Jordan. I'm a founder for and Wake Up Now. I've been in the business for about 5 months, and now definitely should be hitting Final 5 this month. And it's all because of one specific thing. The reason why I chose this specific topic, what we're calling the NBA, the three-pointer, because the name of our organization is called the NBA. So, I just want to go ahead and talk about the three-way call. All right? This is very important. The three-way call is extremely crucial. I found a core reason why new partners get discouraged or don't move. Usually it's because they're trying to do it by themselves. When someone gets started in the business as a new representative, when nobody wants to join, listen, when they say, I spoke to everybody, I texted everybody, usually the reason is because they're not using the three-way call. My next question usually is, how many of these people have you got on a three-way call with your upline? Usually that answer is none. There are a lot of people, they'll talk to a lot of people, through text, through Facebook, and they'll get them online, but a lot of times they won't get them on a three-way call to help to close. Not using the three-way call is almost like this. If you think about when you first get a job, maybe as a retailer or maybe if you're in a customer service area, if you're fresh out of training and a customer comes up to you, fresh out of training, they ask you questions about the company that you have no idea how to answer because right now you don't know all the information up front. So if a customer is asking you a lot of questions you don't know how to answer, what's the first thing that you do as a new person coming out of training on a job? Usually you'll say, hold on for 1 second, let me get my manager, 1 moment please, right? And then when your manager comes forth, he's well edified, that person's going to listen to the manager and take in information from the manager. Because the manager usually, they're experienced, they're already making money in the company, right? And they already are expert on the information. It's the same concept that you came in like that on a job. So understand that three-way is extremely crucial. Everyone who is at Founder 3 and above, use the three-way or use an upline in some form when they first joined to get their position, whether it was Director 3 or Founder 3. I remember when I first got started in Wake Up Now, D.L. Woods could actually bear witness to this. At the time, I was actually working a job, and I made time for 3 days straight when I first got started to go to D.L. Woods' house for 3 days, and I knocked out my large group, my list that I made, all right, of about 25 to 100 people. All right, I knocked out this list, and I was able to hit Founder 3 in only 7 days because I was so dedicated to doing that. So, and I always go back to the three-way call because I know it's been so efficient to me. All right, so mastering the PS3 system is the key to ranking up to the position where you want to be. Some of the do's and don'ts with the P and the PS3, understand when you're piquing someone's interest, always be aware to share as little information as possible. All right, the idea in the P is to only pique someone's interest, not to share all the information. You just want to pique someone's interest. Never give the crust unless you plan on giving the whole pie. All right, let me say that again. Never give the crust unless you plan on giving them the whole pie. That simply means don't give a prospect any information about the program unless you're willing to give it to them all, unless you're willing to give them all the information about the company. You just want to pique their interest. Piquing someone's interest could be in many different forms. You may ask somebody if they're interested in making some additional income. All right, 90% of people will say yes if you ask them if they're interested in making some additional income. They're going to say how. They're going to say by doing what, right? Or maybe you may ask someone, do you keep your options open to make an additional income? These are ways to pique people's interest, or even something about our products or saving money on something, right? These are ways that you could pique someone's interest. Now, when this person says, yes, I want to make some additional income, the next thing that you want to do is get a place where they can actually see the video. This is the S in the PS3. Sharing the video, this is important, all right? What you want to do is ask them when they have 10 minutes of quiet time so you can share with them this way that they can make some additional income. Now, the key in what I just said is quiet time, all right? There's a lot of times when we get on the phone with people, there's babies crying in the background, there's wind in the background because they're in the car, all right? There may be music in the background, and I'm sure people in the car, you feel me on that, you can experience it. So the key to that is when do you have 10 minutes of quiet time so you can hear about how to make some additional income, all right? Now, make sure they're in a quiet place, and also what you want to do is make sure you are in a quiet place. Make sure you're in a quiet place, all right? And make sure you're also in a position where you can sign them up before you get them online with your upline. When this person's seeing the video, know that before your upline gets on the phone, the idea is to sign them on that phone call. So make sure you're in a position where you're by a computer or you are by, a way where you can, if you have a smartphone, you can sign somebody up in that type of way. But just make sure you have a way where you can sign these people up and you're in a quiet place as well as your prospect. Now, moving someone on to the three-way call, what you want to do is ask them, all right, after the call, great, while you were watching the video, I was able to contact my partner who knows 100% of this information and is making some serious income. Can you hold on for 1 second? All right? So this is during the video, ladies and gentlemen. And you definitely want to make sure that your upline is edified before you bring them on the phone. And once you chime them in on three-way on this call, all right, once you chime in on three, your upline is definitely going to come in and do what the upline is supposed to do, and that's to close out the call. Your upline is going to come in and tell their testimony. They're going to answer any questions that the prospect may have. They're going to give a sense of urgency of why they need to sign on today, and they're going to help you close. This is very important of incorporating a three-way call. Why is it so important? If you use the three-way call, all right, on each call, you actually increase the turnover ratio from 1 out of 10 without using your upline, all right? So listen, to a 7 out of 10 or 8 out of 10 turnover ratio when using your upline. So now knowing the turnover ratio, why would you work with the 1 out of 10 without using your upline instead of working with the 7 or 8 out of 10? So incorporate your upline on each call. You see a higher turnover ratio in your prospects. And when I say 7 or 8 out of 10, that means every 10 prospects that you speak to, 7 or 8 will join out of 10. And I'm a bearer of witness of this from doing this with my team. All right? Now, to get the 8 out of 10 turnover ratio, you have to do it all. You have to do the P, you have to do the S, and you have to do the 3. You can't leave one of them out. You have to pique the interest, all right? And you have to share the video, and you have to incorporate the three-way call. You can't do the P and the 3 or the S and the P, all right? Or just the 3 and the S. You have to do the P, the S, and the 3 to see the high turnover ratio. Otherwise, we're playing the guessing game. All right? Now, I also want to touch on, once you hit the founder 3 position, because once I actually was able to hit founder 3, I noticed that now I had a testimony, so I couldn't continue to always depend on my upline, which was D.L. Woods at the time, to start duplicating my organization. I had to learn how to master the information. I had to learn how to master essentially my swag on the phone in order to start closing for my team. So once you hit the position at F3, and some people are more prepared depending on their experience in the industry at a director 3, or depending how fast you actually, gather the information and understand it. But once you hit founder 3, you should be focused more on duplication than actual personal recruiting. Once you hit founder 3, be prepared to do what your upline was doing, which is doing that three-way call. So make sure that you are paying attention to what your upline is doing on that three-way call, because one day that will be you in the very near future. And by duplicating your organization, you will rank up much more faster by actually incorporating yourself in your organization, giving your testimony, and doing what you have to do to rank up to the next level. That's all I have to say. I want to touch on the three-way because I found that it's extremely important, and it's something that a lot of folks aren't using. And that is the reason why they're not seeing any duplication or success in their business as a new representative. All right. Thank you for having me on the call, DL. God bless you. This is Kenny Jordan. I'm signing out.
Wow. I definitely want to say I appreciate you for definitely educating the people on the power of the three-way call, or what we just like to call the NBA three-way three-pointers. And I definitely want to say, man, I appreciate the growth, and I'm proud of the growth that you have had in this business, brother. But real quick, guys, I definitely want to say that this call has officially been thrown, the official quick start training call for any new representative that you have coming into the business. For an hour of your time, you can definitely get everything you need to know in this business. And so, guys, I want to say right now that get out of your way, apply the principles that you've heard in this business on this call, and I definitely want to let you guys know that you can go to the top. Get to executive simply because when we go to Salt Lake City, Utah, we will be having executive and above dinner. You definitely want to be in the in crowd. Stop being a face in the crowd and start facing the crowd. It's okay to cheer for everybody else, but at some point in time, we got to cheer for you. God bless. I'll see you guys at the top because the bottom is definitely too crowded. But like we know, we'll never look down on anybody unless we're willing to help them up. God bless. This is DL Moneyman Woods. This call is officially over.